What up, people? Let me make sure this shit is working good. All right, what's going on? What's popping? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy. The dating game was good. So today I'm going to be talking about the type of people that you should never learn game from. Okay, because the reason why a lot of you guys out here are, not getting shit popping is because you're getting a lot of the wrong information. You're taking in shit that don't really, it's not going to really help you. You know, all that type of stuff, right? So first, before I get into that, make sure you guys check out How to Have Sex with Two Women a Day, the ebook, hard copy, and audiobook. Make sure you click the link below. I'm going to have the link so that you guys can get this shit going. What up, For Life One Deep, VP Films is going on. So make sure you guys get your copy of How to Have Sex with Two Women a Day. If you get the hard copy, you're going to get, autographed and mailed to your house. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Got Juice was good, bro. So today I wanted to talk about this whole thing of you got to be careful about who you learn game from. Okay? Oh, we got my dude Pavillon Photo in the building. You feel me? You gotta be careful about who you learn game from. And the thing is, what happens is that there's a lot of information out there. There's a lot of people, talking about game and talking about how to get girls, or even people who are talking about not getting chicks, like, oh, fuck, getting these girls or whatever and all this other stuff. So you got to really be careful of who you listen to. Now, before I get into that, I want to define, what are we talking about when we say game? Okay, because game basically is strategy. You understand? It's skill and strategy. So the thing is that when we talk about you having game and being on top of your game, and when it comes to dealing with women, it's about what is your strategy to get them? How do you make this happen? Right? And so what happens is that you got a lot of people, because we have YouTube and the internet. What up, Nez? What up, Ross? What's going on? Because we got the internet, anybody could jump on the internet and talk shit. You feel what I'm saying? So the thing is that you got so much people out there who they'll put out information that doesn't really work or doesn't really make sense because they don't really have the experience when it comes to this game. Right now, there are a lot of types of people you don't want to learn game from, but this is what I'll say for this video, just to make this real simple. The main type of people you don't want to learn game from are defeatists. Okay? You don't want to learn game from a person who is a defeatist. Meaning, this is a person who their attitude or their thought process when it comes to game, when it comes to women, when it comes to life, is that it's very negative. It's very like, well, you can't do anything about your situation because, life sucks and you got dealt a bad hand, so just deal with that shit. You feel what I'm saying? And so that comes off when you see a lot of dudes that, out here, who are like MGTOW, or a lot of cats that, talk about, oh, well, it's just all about looks, and if you don't have a certain look, no girl is ever gonna want you, so you should, or if you look a certain way, if you're a 5, you could only get with a 5. When dudes are giving out that type of information, you don't need to listen to that shit. You understand what I'm saying? And if you are listening to that, that's why you're having problems in the game. You see what I'm saying? See, in order for you to progress, and in order for you to actually get things going, you have to be able to solve problems. You understand? You have to be able to solve problems. And see, a person who is good with game is good with solving problems. Right? Because your game, that strategy you have, is something that's going to solve your problem. If your strategy is not solving your problem, then all you're doing is complaining. All you're doing is bitching and moaning. You see what I'm saying? So you got a lot of dudes out here who are bitching and moaning and acting like that's advice. You see what I'm saying? That's not advice. What up, Aaron Hudson? What's good? I'm going to give you guys a calling number. I'm going to take calls in a minute. 646-481-3901. So yeah, so you can't take advice from people who have a defeatist attitude, who doesn't know how to solve problems. So the thing is, the point of the game is for you to have that strategy to get success. You feel what I'm saying? I'm going to take calls in a second. In a few minutes. The point is for you to have success with your strategy. So if the person you are listening to is not talking about having success with the strategy, then it's bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? And you shouldn't be listening to that. Because what you're listening to, when you hear people say that type of nonsense, it's sort of that low vibration type of energy. It's this woe is me energy. It's this I can't do anything about my circumstance energy. And those are the people you should not be listening to. Like, it's so funny. Like, I'll be on YouTube and I see a lot of videos where dudes will say, don't listen to these dating coaches, right? Now, when I hear this, I still keep an open mind because I'm like, okay, cool. I want to hear what they're saying about not listening to a dating coach. Right? I'm always curious. I'm like, this is interesting. Let me see what they're going to say. And usually what they'll say is some dumb shit like this. Because I'm trying to be open about this. I'm trying to be like, okay, let me see what they're going to say. So they'll say some stupid shit like, well, you don't need to listen to dating coaches because if you don't look a certain way, women aren't going to want you. And I'm like, are you serious, my nigga? Is this the advice you're giving to people? They say women only want money and status and looks. So if you don't have that, then you shouldn't try to even talk to a woman. So now, if you're a complete dumbass, or I shouldn't say dumbass, let's say if you're just ignorant, you're going to listen to that, and if you think you don't look good, or you think you don't have enough money, or you think your status is whatever, you're not going to bother to get women. And guess what? The results is you're not going to get shit going because you listen to that nonsense. This is why I tell you guys, be careful who you listen to. You see what I'm saying? Because the point of coaching and when it comes to dating, relationships, game, and all this other stuff is to get you from point A to point B. It's to solve the problem of you not being where you want to be in the game. So if you have a problem with talking to women, you have a problem with getting sex, you have a problem with getting a girlfriend, that's what the dating coach helps you with. So if you're listening to some moron talking about, I don't listen to dating coaches because it's all about looks, money, and status, you understand? That's the same as someone who, is not a business coach saying, don't listen to a business coach because, it's not about, they can't tell you how to make money. It's all about if you were born into money or if you know somebody with money. You see how stupid that fucking sounds? The person who doesn't have experience in business is telling you not to listen to someone who has experience in business. It's the same way where you have someone who's not experienced with women telling you not to listen to someone who has experience with women. Does that make any fucking sense? You see what I mean? So, for example, you'll have a guy who's a MGTOW guy who will say, don't worry about that, that's bullshit, and women are this way, women are that way, and so you're listening to that. But the reason why he's even talking all that shit mostly is because he's having issues with women. Because if he wasn't having issues with women, he wouldn't be talking all that shit. And so a lot of these dudes, they'll try to pretend, it's not just about women, it's about the gynocentrism and the government and the yada, 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 yada. But 99.9% of their videos is about women and bitching about women. And then you're listening to that. So you're getting that energy around you. And then therefore you don't understand how to get girls. You're like, why am I not getting girls? You know why? Because you're listening to that bullshit. Now again, I know certain MGTOW dudes gonna watch this or see this and get butthurt and pissed off and talk more shit and all this other stuff. And I understand where MGTOWs come from on certain issues. I'm not saying that they're not even, correct in certain things they say about women and the situations with, the government. I'm not saying that's incorrect. What I'm saying is that if you're looking to that for game, you're looking in the wrong place. You understand what I'm saying? You're looking in the wrong place. That's what you gotta understand. Yeah, what up? Is this Miles Cunningham?
Yo,
What's poppin'?
what up?
What's good, bro?
I'm chilling, man. I'm listening to the live stream, and
Alright.
I just want to shout out to all the bitch ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to say what up to all the punk ass motherfuckers who never been with a chick before in their life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And who don't know. The niggas don't know what they don't know, so
Right.
they tell you don't listen. You understand?
Right.
You don't know what you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because niggas is talking about game don't work. It's only because it looks, money, and status. And half of the niggas saying this shit, no homo, they probably not even bad looking dudes, but because they have no game to go with their look, they still can't get no pussy.
Right.
But
Exactly.
they don't know. All this shit I just explained, they don't know that they don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Real shit.
You can't even really get mad at these niggas, like. But one more thing, another thing that's funny too, is that a lot of these niggas, man, a lot of these guys out here talking shit and this, that, and the third. Because you were just talking about somebody who got game and somebody that can solve problems.
Right.
Right? The fucked up and ugly truth in the matter, ugly truth, to go with the whole look thing. Ugly truth. See what I did there? You see what I did there? All right. So the ugly truth of it all is that these motherfuckers really don't want to solve any problem. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Because let's tell you what happens when you solve a problem. Once you solve a problem, you get to another level.
Right.
And what happens when you get to another level? There are new problems.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
You understand?
Facts. Mm-hmm.
So that's why I came on the phone shouting out all the bitch ass niggas, because bitch ass niggas can't deal with the next level and new problems.
Mm-hmm.
But what they can do is sit there, bitch, moan, and have a fucking therapy set over the current problem.
Right.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And that's basically what they're doing. All they're doing is having a bitch fest over the current problem.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Because to actually fix problems takes nuts, takes balls. And that's something that, other than experience with women, that's something that none of these motherfuckers have.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
And then once you get to the next level after you fix the problem, to actually start dealing with the new problems that come in, takes even more balls. You understand?
Facts.
So, and again, you ain't have the balls to fix the first set of problems. Now you're gonna have balls to fix the second set. You understand? Because and if you can't understand anything about fucking with women and being with women, you would understand it. You understand? And more importantly, if you guys understand anything about yourself, you can come to terms with certain things, but you don't. Don't. You're fucking everything you're trying to do is you're trying to blame everybody else and every other thing for your fucking problems. You're trying to fucking, now at this point you're trying to blame dating coaches. So if the dating coach that you're listening to is not, if you don't think she's good enough, then you're not gonna get girls now. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
You guys, you guys that fall into this category, you guys are tough, man. You guys are sickening fucking people. You understand what I'm saying? You're not good. I mean, I don't want to be too fucking, because this is live and I don't want YouTube to flag me.
Right. You know how they go. So you gotta keep it light.
Yeah, but there's this thing called personal responsibility, man. You understand? Because I'm saying, even if you graduate from graduate school with a PhD, right?
Right.
That don't mean you're gonna get a high-paying job, because if you don't go out and network and go on job interviews and try to apply for jobs, you still might be a fucking jobless motherfucker sitting at home with your parents with a PhD.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So all that knowledge you have, all of the fucking degrees and accolades that you accomplished and achieved don't mean shit unless you go out there and apply it. You understand what I'm saying? So why are you even gonna sit there and blame the dating coach when you haven't applied anything he taught you since the fucking beginning?
Right. Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
I shit you not. I shit you not. Listening to any of her can get you pussy. Any of her. I'm not gonna name any names, but listening to any one of these motherfuckers who you see on YouTube, if you listen to one thing that they do and fucking beat that shit into the ground and go out and holler at bitches with that one piece of information, you can get what you want. You can get pussy. It might take you a short time or it might take you a long time. But the fact of the matter is, if you get out there and apply any little bit of game that you get from any one of these free videos, from any one of these motherfuckers, you can get pussy. You can get a girlfriend. You can get a relationship. You can get a chick to suck your dick. However, it takes work. You have to apply it.
Right.
I could give you all the ingredients to a fucking cake, but unless you fucking mix it the right way and put it in the oven for a certain amount of time, you're not gonna get cake.
Exactly. And that's the problem with the game nowadays, man.
You're blaming everybody else for your own shortcomings and your lack of fucking work. Niggas is lazy.
Right. And that's the problem with the game nowadays, man, because look, dudes don't understand that. See, this is what guys think. They think that and this is the weird part. Because they don't want to do the work, they want to act like the work doesn't work. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So they'll say shit like, "Oh well, it's not about game, it's about looks, it's about money." So then, therefore, what they could do is they could say, "Well, I don't need to learn that shit because since it's really about this other shit, all I got to do is get the other shit." And also, because I feel like I may never get the other shit, I can continuously be in this loop of feeling like, well, I'm never going to be like a good-looking guy, so I can just blame it on these stuck-up bitches who only want good-looking guys. I'm never going to have a whole bunch of money, so I can just blame it on, the fact that I'm broke and that's why I can't get a girl. And, fuck these people that's trying to teach game because game don't work because it's only about the looks, money, and status. You see what I'm saying? You go straight back into the nonsense. And then so the thing is, guys are trying to learn game or learn what's really going on through that low vibration negative energy that other people are putting out. Because remember, YouTube is free. Anybody can make a YouTube channel. You see what I'm saying? And then so you start following people who got issues. You see what I'm saying? And it's those people who have issues make channels and make videos about, oh, well, it's only about this and you can't get a girl because this and then you start listening to that. You start to relate to that because your negative side, that negative vibration you have, is resonating with their negative shit. You see what I'm saying? And then this is why you stay in the same place. Because the thing is this, you gotta understand, when you're in a negative mindset, right, and you have a certain type of thought process, and you keep thinking that way, that ends up becoming how you identify yourself as. You understand?
Right.
So then, therefore, any type of advice or positivity that can help you, you don't even want to listen to it. Not necessarily because you don't want to listen to it, but you don't want an attack on your identity. You see what I'm saying? So you're going to fight tooth and nail to keep that negative identity. So you have to say, oh, well, I can't listen to that, and that's bullshit, and it's only about this and about that, because you need to justify your failure. You see what I mean? And you need to keep your identity. And so in order for you to actually get better, you need to grow. And in order for you to grow, you have to challenge what you identify with. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And dudes is scared to do that. You see what I mean? Because doing that means that you have to actually put in work. That means you actually have to do stuff, and you may not succeed at first, but you still got to make something happen. And the thing is, people don't want to actually put in that work because they're scared of, being successful. You see what I'm saying? They're scared of also failure. They're scared of everything. They want to stay in the same spot. You see what I mean? And that's what it really is. Because even when you talk about those incels and the TFL dudes and all this other stuff, most of that shit is in their fucking head. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's why they can't get nowhere. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's crazy. This shit is so, it's so deep, and it's like you gotta understand. Looking at, and this is the reason why I'm even bringing this up. The reason why I'm bringing this shit up is, imagine, let's take a scenario. Imagine you were a personal trainer, right? And you care about people's health and them getting fit, right? And you're trying to help somebody, and you know that this person may end up having a heart attack because they're eating fucked up food and they're not working out, and you're trying to tell them, yo, listen, man, you could be healthy and live a long life, but you just got to do this, and this, and that. And then you got a whole bunch of freaking idiots over there saying to that guy who's unhealthy, don't listen to that personal trainer. He don't know what he's talking about. It's all about this, and that, and you don't got to worry about that, and your heart's going to be okay. Now, as a personal trainer, who you're the personal trainer, you feel kind of fucked up about that, because you're looking at it like, damn, this motherfucker's going to probably die and have a heart attack because he's listening to these morons over here. You see what I'm saying? And so that's what's going on right now. It's a bunch of, people on the internet that don't know what they're talking about, and people are gravitating to that because it's easier to gravitate to the negativity and to the simplistic nonsense that they're talking about. You see what I mean? Because it's easier for someone to say, yo, well, you don't need to put in work. All you need to do is get this, and this, and that's how you're gonna get a girl. And I'm just like, like this. It's so crazy how dudes listen to that shit, and then they continue to be on this cycle of failure, and it sucks.
Right. And it's funny because it's funny that you mentioned a personal trainer.
Right.
Because another thing that fucks with me with this whole thing is that motherfuckers want to act like it's a money grab and it's not a viable profession.
Right.
But think about it. Everybody know how to do push-ups, nigga.
Right.
Everybody could get up and run. Everybody could get up and walk.
Mm-hmm.
You can get a membership to a gym.
Mm-hmm.
You can buy a Bowflex on Amazon with the push of a button from your fucking phone.
Right.
And it gets delivered to your house.
Mm-hmm.
All these things can happen. Everybody knows how to count. You do sets of 10 until you get tired. And that's basically what working out is.
Right.
So we can all fucking work out. We could all just eat, oatmeal, broccoli, and grilled chicken.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And drink a lot of water.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's really not that crazy. But that's why they call it a personal trainer.
Mm-hmm.
Train you to do something that you're trying to do that's hard for you to do on your own.
Right.
That's why they also call it a dating coach.
Exactly.
Because I'm coaching you to do something that you don't usually do.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving you information and strategy on how to practically behave in a certain way or to conduct yourself in a certain way to get the things that you want from these social interactions.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
And again, the fact that these they look at you look at it, these motherfuckers is willing to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars and be in debt to fucking Sally Mae for so many years.
Mm-hmm.
For classes that they don't even fucking need, man.
Right.
For classes that you do not need. You understand? Mm-hmm. And if a nigga say, yo, pay $99 a month for a membership, they give you step-by-step, strategies on how to get these bitches, niggas want to look at you funny. You understand what I'm saying? You understand? Like, if we shit like that, I say fuck these niggas, like, straight up. Like, all of y'all cats who that's how y'all look at shit, and y'all want to look your nose down at somebody. Because, yo, niggas don't they see you putting up videos every fucking day? Right. Every day, like, y'all motherfuckers think, forgive me, I get emotional because Locario's my nigga. You understand what I'm saying? And I see the shit that my nigga, we was in Jamaica, homie, and we shot a fucking video, and because Locario had something on his face, we had to reshoot the fucking video.
Right.
And I had to we didn't have all the equipment since I flew, so I had to hold up the lights with my hands, and this suck nigga, this bitch ass motherfucker Locario, is fucked ever, and my arms are getting tired.
Right.
And I'm holding up the lights. You know what I'm saying?
Like, it's a lot of shit. That's what dudes don't understand.
Just to come out with free videos for y'all motherfuckers every day. And then when somebody say, alright man, you know, I put out free shit all the time, but support me on this next level shit, and y'all motherfuckers wanna act like it's a money grab or niggas is just trying to hustle.
But see, that's the thing. It's not. See, this thing. It's not the actual subscribers though. It's not the people that fuck with us. It's the people. Right. It's the people. Right. It's the. Yeah. It's the people. It's the other people who they don't know nothing about nothing. You feel what I'm saying? And they on that bullshit. That's what. Right.
Hold on. Let me stop everything for a second.
Right.
Y'all know how I get down. Everybody that fuck with us, you know I love y'all niggas.
Right.
You understand? And I appreciate every motherfucker that's on the Patreon, that's on the membership, that fuck with our videos, that subscribe to the YouTube channel. You know, that drop us lines on the Instagram and all that type of shit. Right. You know I fuck with y'all. That niggas that come to the seminar. You understand? We was chilling in New York with one of the cats that was at the last seminar just the other day, wasn't we?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now we fuck with them niggas heavy. I'm talking about the niggas who wanna fucking look their nose down at niggas. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm talking about the cats that wanna act like, whoa, don't listen to this guy because blah blah blah. And then on top of that, secretly they be watching every fucking Locario video that comes out.
Right, exactly.
Because they cheat motherfuckers who want everything for free. You understand what I'm saying?
Right, real shit.
It's a lot. It takes work. It takes work to be a dating coach. Just like anything else. If you want to be a good dating coach, it takes work. If you want to be a nigga that gets mad pussy, it takes work.
Exactly, and that's what dudes got to understand. It's all parallel to everything else, because the same way where it takes work for us to put out videos every day, it's going to take the same amount of energy for you to get the chicks you want. Because if you want to get bad chicks, if you want to be fucking all the time, if you want to get a girl, look, even if you, because this is what dudes understand. I get dudes that hit me up and say, yo, they want to have a girlfriend. Do you know how difficult it is to maintain a girlfriend? Do you understand what I'm saying?
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You came in there without a girlfriend, right? Your problem is that you don't have a fucking girlfriend, right?
Right.
But what happens if you do get a girlfriend? You have a whole new set of problems you got to deal with.
Exactly.
You're trying to get a girlfriend. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It's more complicated than you think. It's more complicated than you think. So don't fucking. That's not my whole thing. Don't fucking look your nose down at people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because don't get it twisted. For every motherfucker that want to talk shit about dating coaches or want to talk shit about Locario specifically, there's about 10, 15 niggas that we helping. You understand what I'm saying?
And just like the other day, remember that day with the video with the girl in Union Square with the Tinder shit? You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That type of shit should not be happening in this day and age.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? It's crazy. This shit is crazy. So the fact that you still have shit popping off, nowadays where guys are being fooled and guys still simping and doing dumbass shit, it shows you how important the game is. This is what we're trying to tell you. And so and this is what we're saying, you gotta be careful about who you're listening to, because you have a whole bunch of people online on the internet who they're speaking from a place of inexperience. They're speaking from a place of hurt, and they're speaking from a place of frustration. You see what I'm saying? And
being defeated.
Right, exactly.
I know you're trying to be diplomatic and shit, but these cats is speaking from a place of disassness.
Right, exactly.
Straight up.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm telling you. I said this shit the other day. All MGTOW means is I gain up. These dudes are quitters. These dudes are quitters. These dudes are quitters. And a lot of people might listen to what I'm saying and figure, what do you mean? I'm supposed to do this and this and do this and that because because of women, because I got to do this and do that for women. The problem that a lot of y'all can never understand is that nothing that we do here is for women.
Facts, exactly.
Everything we do here is for us.
Mm-hmm.
And if we say we want a woman, then we're going to do what we have to do to get a woman. Not for a woman, but for us.
Exactly. Exactly.
Y'all just don't see that shit. You guys don't understand none of that shit. You understand? You guys don't. Them niggas is like, oh well, I'm not gonna go out here and approach and spit game for women because they think that's the reason why they have such bad experiences with females in the first place that made them become licked out because they thought they were doing everything for women. You see what I'm saying? They're trying to everything that they value is something outside of themselves.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You have that's the main problem with a lot of the motherfuckers out here talking all this negative shit, all this look money status and I'm a lie to bitches because bitches lie to me and all of this dumb shit. They're doing it because they don't have any value inside.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
And when you have no value inside, it's hard for you to take personal responsibility. It's hard for you to look inside this. I mean, even the same motherfuckers talk about there's no such thing as happiness. It's hard for them to even recognize, see? It's very hard for them to recognize.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Real shit. That's all. Look, man. Look, people just got to understand that there's ways to do things that's going to make you successful, and there's ways to do things that's not going to make you successful. It's really that simple. You feel what I'm saying? It's really that simple. And so, if you're listening to somebody who's telling you why you shouldn't do this because if you do this, then this negative shit's gonna always happen, and you gotta stay away from that because it's doom and gloom and all this other shit. Fuck that. Tell me what I can do to succeed. You understand? If you listen to the motherfucker and he's not telling you what to do to succeed, don't listen to that person. It's real simple.
You're wasting your time.
You're wasting your time. Right. That's what you got.
You can't. And we spoke about this before. Like you gotta look at you gotta think about language. See? Language dictates a lot. Language. If you listen to the nuances of someone's language,
right,
it shows you their mentality and where their mind is at.
Right.
So if the person is always using not and all these negative type of words like not this and this is not that and you can't do that and don't do this and never go here and blah, blah. When you start hearing all that shit, that's when you know you're dealing with a person that their mentality is on the negative plane.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But when you listen to somebody and you hear do this and they give you a valid reason behind it and they say yes you can do this because such and such and such and we're gonna do this and right now we are doing this. That's a person that's in the moment, proactive and progressive.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
That's a person that's about action, that's about getting things done, and we don't have time to worry about our defeat because actually we never been defeated. We've just been put in situations to learn a new lesson.
Exactly.
And once you learn something from that previous encounter, you take that information from the previous encounter and move positively towards the following encounter.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying?
Facts, right?
Because
real shit.
When you mindset, you never fail. You only learn lessons. That's it. You never actually fail. You only learn lessons.
Right.
I mean, it's a myth. It's a myth and shit, but how many times they talk about how many fucking tries it took Thomas Edison to create a light bulb.
Right.
Like, if I'm not mistaken, it was in the hundreds.
Right.
It was in the hundreds. Until he was able to actually make a light bulb. And
right.
I'm like, what if he fucking stopped? What if he gave up? How far behind would we be when it comes to electrical technology right now?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Real shit. And that's all we saying, yo, look, guys. You know, if you want to succeed in this game, you feel what I'm saying? You have to make sure that you are, getting information that's going to benefit you. You understand what I'm saying? if you're getting information that's just talking about the doom and gloom and there's no hope and you just need to give up, and if you're not getting anywhere. You understand what I'm saying? That's not going to do anything for you, because it's like anything else in life. And this is what it means when it comes to being when it comes to being a man. In any situation, if there's a problem happening, right? What you want to do is say to yourself, okay, how do I solve this problem? Period.
Right.
That's it. What way can I solve this problem? How can I make this happen? So the thing is with these guys, when they're talking about game, what they say is this. They say, well, it's all about looks. Girls only like guys who look good, so therefore I don't look good, so I can't get a girl, right? Now, let's say for sake of argument that was a fact. Like, unless you look like a male model and you were 6 foot tall with a six pack, chicks, would make it hard for you to talk to them or whatever, right? Let's say that was a fact. Now, how do you solve that problem if that was a fact? What other things do you do to make it feasible for you to get a woman? See, that's more of a question that I feel like is more progressive and is more of a thing that a man would ask. So let's say, for example, you were ignorant to the game, and you said, hey, Mr. Locario, or hey, Miles, or anybody else, you was like, hey, listen, man, I heard that women only like really good-looking guys who are tall and who are in shape. I'm not really that tall. I'm not in shape. But what are some other things that I can do to attract these women? You see what I'm saying? That's a whole different. That's a whole different mindset than a person saying, "Well, I'm short and I can't get girls, so fuck it." It's just two different mindsets. Is your mindset on learning how to progress?
Right.
That's it. Because anything you're trying to do, you got to figure out what are the solutions and the ways for me to get what I want to get accomplished. This is what we talk about game. Again, game is strategy. What strategy are you using to get your goals accomplished?
Right.
You see what I mean? So if you're sitting there just complaining about, I can't get a girl because of this, I can't get a girl because of that, then you're listening to other motherfuckers who's complaining, and y'all just sitting around jerking each other off. What is that doing? You see what I'm saying? It's crazy. I'm like, man, and that shit is sad. And it's like, because at first, I saw it popping up here and there, and I'm like, all right, whatever, these dudes. And now I'm just seeing more and more guys who are just on the deep end of the nonsense. And I'm just like, and it's funny because it's like this, when you know something and you hear someone saying something that is wrong, you just looking at them like, like you just shaking your head like, are you serious? Like this is how you view life? This is where you're at right now? And then so when you know better, you understand? It's almost like your duty to let people know. This is why I'm talking about this shit now. This is why we're talking about this stuff now, is because it would be a disservice to everybody out there for me to keep quiet. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because truthfully, you know what I'm saying? Because truthfully, if I was selfish, if me and Miles is like on some sinister shit, right? What we could do is this. We could put out literally almost no videos. Let me tell you how the marketing campaign could go, just so y'all could get up on game. We could put out no videos. We could go on Facebook and YouTube and pay for ads and have the ads go straight to my site or go straight to Bad Boy membership and just make money. You see what I'm saying? Well, what do? We put out free videos every day. You see what I'm saying? Why do we do this? It's not only just to promote and make the name bigger and all that. It's because we know there's people out there who are going to be ignorant and who are going to listen to nonsense. And we have to balance that out with real shit. You see what I'm saying? And that's why it needs to happen that way. You see what I mean? So it's like, you guys got to understand this shit, man. You got to stop listening to people. And this is all you got to do. When you hear people, give people a chance to say what they're going to say. But always ask yourself, is this person offering solutions, or are they just complaining? Is this person solving problems, or are they just bitching?
You know what I think too? Like, it's the same with the quote unquote or the so-called black conscious community.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like you know, people feel like talking about stuff is making progress.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, and you know, because the thing is, you have to understand, like, when you're interested in something, once you're hearing about it, it seems that you're moving in the right direction. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And a lot of times you can. A lot of times you can, because you know when you talk about, like, you know, positive thinking and subliminal thought, actually listening to positive recordings and things like that can help you, honestly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But there's a certain point where progress on that level stops, and then everything else after that has to do with action.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Everything else after that has to do with action, and you know, and that's the whole other thing. Like, you have to be okay. It doesn't take too much for you to have a thought, right?
Right. Right.
It doesn't take that much more for you to say something, to make a statement, right?
Right.
But when you actually begin the creation process and the manifestation process, the part that takes, because the other two is like 10%, so it's really 20%, you know, thought and words. But the rest of it is the 80% is action.
Right.
That's when you actually begin to create something. That's when you actually begin to move molecules around and shape it into what you want.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That takes action. That takes for you to get up off your ass. That takes for you to meet people. You know, that takes for you to have interviews, shake somebody's hand. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It takes action, man. It takes for you to actually move molecules around, do shit, to make shit happen the way you want it to happen. Now, the thing with action is that you can't control every single thing in the world. So you'll make a certain action, and then there'll be reactions to your action, and you have to be strong enough to deal with any one of those reactions. See what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's a big part of game. That's a very big part of game. Being able to control your behavior, so you can actually deal with whatever happens as a result of your actions.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what game is about. It's about understanding who you are, you know, and then having the thought, the word, and then the action, and then being able to deal and cope with any of those reactions from the rest of the world. You understand? And then collect information from those reactions in those situations, and then move on to the next one.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what the game is really about. And you know, it's not always just about, you know, chicks or whatever. It could be about anything you want in this world. But the point of the matter is, you can't be afraid to fail. You can't be afraid for bad shit to happen. I think when I was like, I would say like 10 years ago, I fucking went to another state and bought houses or rental property and shit. And right after that, the fucking it was around 2008, and the goddamn housing bubble burst.
Right.
You understand? And I lost mad bread, and mad shit went wrong for me with that shit. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But I mean, it only made me smarter for when if I wanted to fucking purchase another piece of property.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I can't look at it like, oh, you know, fuck that shit, and I'm gonna never do this again, and I'm never gonna do that, and no progress is gonna be made, and blah blah. I can't think like that. Because I can't think like that. I have to consider that everything that I experienced in that time was a learning lesson, and it's gonna help me to understand what I need to do better for the next time that I need to deal with buying property and investing.
Exactly. That's all it is, man. That's the game right there in a nutshell, man. That's the game. It's like you putting yourself in the shit, and you learning what you need to learn. You get better. You grow. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing that people got to understand when it comes to the game, is that you guys need to understand that you need to learn certain things so that you can improve yourself. This is what we call, when we talk about self-improvement. That's part of the whole thing, is that people are trying to avoid you know, like they're trying to avoid mistakes, or they're trying to avoid rejection. They're trying to avoid hurt and heartache and all this other stuff. Don't avoid that shit. Let it happen.
Right.
Learn from it.
It's a part of it. It's called life.
Right, exactly.
It's called life.
Learn from that shit.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta learn from that shit. You know what I mean?
It's so crazy that the society we live in. It's like everybody wants to, everybody just wants to, like, it's like a buffet. Everybody thinks life is a buffet, where it's like, well, I don't need to eat any of the vegetables. I'm gonna just have all the the fried chicken and shit.
Right. Exactly.
Like I can leave the vegetables over there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like no, nigga, this is not a buffet. Like you gotta get served the plate, and you gotta eat everything on the plate, including the vegetables.
Exactly.
That don't taste that good to you. You gotta eat everything.
Exactly.
You understand?
Nah, real shit, man. But yo, that's how it is, man. Dudes gotta really just get up on it, and again, listen to folks who are talking about progress and problem solving. That's what you gotta. Every time you watch a video, think: are they solving problems? Are they teaching me something that I can use that's gonna benefit me? If not, turn that shit off. You see what I'm saying? That's what you gotta understand, because look, all that other stuff is not going to help you out. You feel what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. But yo, Miles, man, I appreciate you calling in. I'm gonna get a few more of these calls because dudes is trying to get in and all that. But yo, this is why you guys need to go and subscribe to the Patreon so you can hear the Bad Boy Show, because this is like a free Bad Boy Show snippet right here. You feel what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
So
man, get on that Patreon, man. Stop playing, man.
Exactly. Go to patreon.com/Mr. Locario. All right, bro. I'm gonna holler at you, man.
All right, man.
All right, peace. All right, so let me get some more of these calls. Yo, what's going on? Who's this?
What's going on, Locario? This is 816.
What's going on, bro?
Nothing much. Just up here at work right now.
All right, what's the deal?
Yeah. I wanted to, give a testimonial. Like, the game definitely does work. Like, I mean, a lot of guys are doubting it or whatever, but the information that I've gotten from you is like definitely changed my dating life. So, I mean, everybody that's saying that they don't think, like it's real. I mean, like the information definitely works. Like, so I just want to say that first.
That's what's up.
But because I've been like hitting a lot of chicks. Like in the last month, I probably hit I don't know, like. I had an opportunity to hit like 9, but I hit probably like 6 or 7.
Damn, in the last month?
Yeah, in the last like month and a week or something like that.
You going in, bro? You going in?
Yeah. But and you know what I'm saying with the information. But my thing is, like, I can hit these chicks. Like, I can meet them on the streets and stuff. Like, get them to the house, end up smashing or whatever. But I'm having trouble like maintaining these relationships,
Right.
Like,
so you say you're having trouble like seeing them again and getting shit popping again?
Yeah.
Right. Well,
and
now go ahead. What are you saying?
Okay, so like it's happened so much. Like I'll be like fuck them once or something, or maybe see them once or fuck them once, but then like nothing happens after that. Like only one of those chicks that I've hit, I've got to see like multiple times, like. But all the other ones is just like I fuck them once and then nothing after that.
Right.
So I feel like I'm doing something wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know how to gauge what it is that I'm doing wrong. You know what I mean?
And so most of these chicks that you smash, is it usually like on the first date smash? Is that what it is?
Yeah. First date smash. First meet up smash.
Right. And so, after you smash, do you call them or do you wait for them to call you?
I usually call them, or I'll text them if I like them.
Right. And then so you text them and you say, hey, let's get together again, and then they just don't respond?
Yeah, they may not respond, or they'll act kind of funny.
Right. Well, this is the thing. This is usually what happens in those situations. One, it's a few reasons. one, a girl could not respond to you back or respond back to you because she may also have had just wanted to have sex with you, and that was it for that one time. So she was looking for a one night stand. So certain, and this is what guys don't understand. Sometimes girls also want a one night stand. They don't want to keep seeing you and keep fucking with you. They just wanted some dick that night. You feel what I'm saying? That's one thing. Two, the girl could also have a boyfriend. You understand what I'm saying? So she may have been cheating on her man with you. This is why you had sex with her and then she don't hit you back. But she never can tell you she has a boyfriend because she doesn't want to tell you she has a boyfriend. She doesn't want to, seem like a slut or that she's cheating on her man. That's two. Three is she doesn't necessarily have a boyfriend, but she has a guy who she's seeing who she may want to be her boyfriend. So what happens is she's fucking you that one time because she's attracted to you, she want to have sex, but there's another guy she's dating who she's hoping is going to be her man, and maybe around that time he's like, they're deciding to get together, or since she's hoping that he will be her man, she's not trying to see another dude like that. You understand what I'm saying? Right. So those are certain situations where the chick won't hit you back. Now, sometimes also what happens is that if you're trying to see one of those girls again that you smash really quickly, sometimes because they smashed you really quickly, they're looking at it as, oh well, I already had sex with him, so he may just see me as someone who he wanted to have sex with, and he may be like a player. So she's like, I don't want to get involved with him too much because he's probably that player type, probably has a whole bunch of different girls, whatever, and she feels like she doesn't want to like get too involved because she doesn't want to get hurt. So now, if it's this type of situation, and you may never know what type of situation it is, but if it is this type of situation, this is when you may have to hit her up more than once. So, oh yeah, in the chat room, I forgot to mention that too. Moving in silence. Thanks for reminding me because I was gonna say that too. Another major reason is you probably didn't lay the pipe down right. You feel what I'm saying? But the thing is, usually you'll know if you didn't lay the pipe down right. You feel what I'm saying? So a lot of times, if you didn't lay the pipe down right, you'll know. So you'll know why she didn't call you back. Because there's times where I've been with chicks, I knew she wasn't gonna call me back because I knew I didn't lay the pipe down how I should have. So I was like, she ain't gonna call me back. But sometimes I was surprised that they did. But
I think I would think I was putting the pipe down alright though.
Like, right. Because this times where I didn't lay the pipe down right and they called back and I was shocked. But usually if I don't lay it down, I know I ain't gonna get a call back. But you usually know that you lay the pipe down right. But let's say you do lay the pipe down right, everything is good, because I've been in situations where I was giving it to the chick good. She came like a few times, everything was great, and I hit her up and she didn't hit me back. Now, what I noticed and what I had to start doing was, and this has happened before where I remember this one chick, I laid the pipe down, I texted her and I was like, yo, let's get together again. She didn't respond, right? So I hit her up maybe like a week and a half later and shit. And then I was like, yo, what's good? Like, we should get together and make something happen. You feel what I mean? So usually what I would do is when I text the girl and she don't hit me back, I just charge her to the game. But what I noticed with this was if I already smashed and I text her and she doesn't reply the first time, I hit her up at least a second time, because what happens is sometimes because you smash that quick, she doesn't really think, she may think that you're not really that into her and you were just like hitting her up for that sex that time, and she doesn't want to seem like a chick you're just fucking. You understand? Because this is the crazy part with chicks. If a chick just wants to fuck you, it's okay. Meaning she'll text you and call you because she want to get some dick. But she doesn't. A chick never wants to feel like you're just fucking her. Do you understand what I'm saying? And so that's the thing. So it needs to be a mutual, we're fucking, or it needs to be her wanting to fuck you. But if she just feels like, let's say she really likes you and she wants to like see you and she wants to date you, but you just want to fuck, they don't like that. So this is why when you text them, this is why when you hit them up after you smash, she may not respond the first time because she feels like, oh, he just wants to fuck me, and I'm not really just trying to do that with him. You see what I'm saying? But if you hit her up the second time, she may think, okay, well, maybe he does like me, which is why he's hitting me back. She may, in the back of her head, still think you're just trying to fuck, but the fact that you hit her up again, she was thinking, okay, well, maybe he might like me, so let me see what's up. So that's what you may need to do is you may need to hit her up another time more than once if you're really trying to see if something can happen if you smash the first night. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's the thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah.
you might want to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the example right there how the game can help. You know what I'm saying? Just that little piece of information
Right,
there.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying, because
It just changed the
because trust me, I've been through that shit a lot, and also it's still a numbers game too, because you still got to talk to different girls, whatever. But the fact that you smash chicks on the first night a lot of times, it makes them look at you as more of a higher caliber guy, and at the same time, what it is they're attracted to you, but they're also scared of you. And when I say scared of you, I mean not scared in the sense of, oh well, like I fear this guy, but scared in the sense of they're scared that they might get attached to you, and they don't want to get hurt.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
that's why they cut
like
it off.
I definitely feel like some of the chicks be a little like nervous or like they kind of looking at me like I'm supposed to do everything, like they don't want to make a wrong move and all this type of thing.
Right. Right.
So,
that happens.
I kind of noticed that.
Yeah, that happens, and that's what I'm saying. So, it's like I did in another video. I was talking about like a guy where a woman views as higher value is that because they see you as high value, they may be intimidated, and then so you may need to do a little bit more extra to show them that you're actually interested. You see what I'm saying? And so, and this is the funny part. I'll tell you why this is funny. Why I find this interesting is because, and this is how I learned this. I learned a lot of this being in an open relationship, because with my wife and my girl, and also other girls that I've dated, I've seen them do this multiple times, where they'll be with a guy and they had sex with the dude, and then the dude like calls them back and then they don't respond. And I ask him like, yo, why you ain't hit him back or whatever? What's going on? She's like, oh, I don't know. He just seems like he's just like, he just wants this, or I'm not really too sure. Or yeah, we had a good time, but I don't. So it's like they're very indecisive about it. But then what I noticed was that when those particular guys kept calling or trying to, get back in touch with them, the girl comes around. So I remember my girl, that happened with her, where it was some dude that she messed with. And at first she was like, I don't think I'm gonna mess with him anymore. But then he hit her up like two or three times. And then on the third time, she was like, all right, yeah, I'll go see him again or whatever. So that's what I'm saying. What happens is because sometimes they, at first, if they smash that quick, they'll feel a certain type of way about it sometimes, which will make them be hesitant to see you again. Because also, too, sometimes chicks will have this thing where since they did have sex with you, they feel that you may not necessarily want them for anything more than smashing. So they're like, well, I'm just gonna cut it off now so I don't get attached and get hurt. But then this is why it makes sense for you to hit her up more than once if she doesn't respond the first time, because it's showing, okay, maybe he does like me a little bit more. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so it's crazy. It's crazy how that happens, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's wild, man. Yeah, I appreciate that, man.
Yeah,
and,
man.
I don't want to, hold it up, but I got one more question.
Yeah, go ahead, real quick.
Okay, real quick one. This one's like, the other one was about the game, but this one is more like about life. Like, so, like, I know you used to rap. You know what I'm saying? Now you're a dating coach now. You know what I'm saying? You're successful and everything. Now, before you ever started like being a dating coach, and before you ever started rapping, like before you got into those things, did you feel a lot of fear going into that? Into
rapping and doing what I'm doing now?
Yeah, like at the beginning, like did you feel a lot of fear or like something like kind of holding you back at the beginning? And if you did, like how did you overcome that?
I don't think I'd say I didn't feel necessarily a fear. It was more so I felt more of a high level of interest in it. And I think if there was any fear, it was more so the fear of what could happen or what's gonna happen with it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that was the only fear, but it was just more so of a superficial fear of like, oh well, what are people gonna think when they see me doing this, or are people gonna take me seriously, or are people gonna like try to clown me for doing, like shit like that. It was little shit like that would irk my mind here and there, but that was really more so of the fear. It wasn't really the fear of actually making it happen. It was more so of what other people may think about it. So that was there a little bit at first. You see what I'm saying? But then as you're doing it, and you like doing it, because I always tell people it's more so you actually wanting to do it and not really caring about what other people are gonna think. Because no matter what you do, and this is what I noticed, no matter what you do, there's gonna be people who feeling it and people who's not feeling it. Period. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. So worrying about that is irrelevant, really, at the end of the day, if that's the fear. So it's just more about like doing the thing you need to do and then doing it and then calling it a day. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, man.
I feel that, man.
Yeah, man.
I feel that, man. Hey, I appreciate, all the game, the advice, man. Everybody that's saying it's not real.
I'm telling you.
Like, it's real. Like,
they'll learn soon enough, when they get out there and see what it is. You feel me? All right, bro. I appreciate the call, man.
I appreciate the advice.
All right, peace.
Peace.
All right, so who we got here? Yo, what's going on?
Yeah, Locario.
What's popping?
That's from London.
What's good, bro? What's the deal?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm in Cyprus now, actually.
All right.
I just got here like a couple of days ago. How you been?
I'm good. What you been up to?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm just chilling here. I'm gonna be here for like perhaps maybe 6 months to a year or something like that.
Okay, cool,
so,
cool.
I found like a job.
Cool,
I'm working here as well.
Cool. So what's good?
Yeah. No, I just wanted to ask because before I came back in London, I was doing a lot of day game.
Mm-hmm.
Some people who I met up with off this RSD Telegram group,
mm-hmm.
and we were going around central London, and there was this. So in Piccadilly Circus at night time,
mm-hmm.
after me and my mate doing, I don't know, like 2 sets, I went up to this French chick who was waiting, I think, to meet one of her friends so
mm-hmm.
she could go to a nightclub.
Mm-hmm.
And I just approached her. I was like, "Yo, are those two? Is that your parents standing there?" 'Cause there was like 2 elderly people standing by,
mm-hmm.
and she was like, "What? No, why?" And I was like, "Oh, I just wanted to come say hi to you because I thought you were kind of interested, and I didn't want to say it next to your mum and dad." And then she was like, "Oh, I'm not interested. Sorry." And then I was like, "Okay, cool." I just walked off. So I just wanted to ask, like, was there something I could have done to maybe persist or try and carry on the conversation or what?
No, I mean, well, this is the thing. When you see, again, it all depends on if you care to continue to do shit. You feel what I'm saying? Meaning that if you care to continue talking to a girl who says she's not interested, because there's ways that you can turn that around. But if you don't care, you just keep it moving and talk to another girl. You understand? So it all depends on what you want to do. So for example, and this is more of a little advanced thing that you can do just to like fuck with chicks and then have, because see, the thing is, this is the funny part with women. This is the weird part about them. If they're not totally just not feeling you, like let's say if they have even just a little bit of interest, meaning like let's say for example she thought you were like cute, but she just was in a bad mood. That could be a reason why she's not interested. You understand? Because she's in a bad mood, she don't feel like talking, right? Then if that's the case, if she says to you, "Oh, I'm not interested," and you're like, "Not interested in what? What are you talking about? What are you not interested in?" Right? And then so now you get her talking about, she's like, "Oh, I'm not interested in like like you or talking to you or whatever it is." You see what I'm saying? And then so you can play off of that. But that's a little bit more of an advanced thing to play off that, and then move the direction of the interaction a certain way. You feel what I'm saying? Nez, that's you. You hung up for a second. Is that you? Hold on, let me make sure. Nez, is that you? That's you again? You. Oh, Inez, I think something wrong with your phone, bruh.
Hello?
Yeah, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah. It cut off a little bit. So, So what I was saying was is that let's say for example you talking to the girl, she's like, oh, I'm not interested. You're like, what are you not interested in? And she'd be like, oh, I'm not interested in like like getting with you. Like what made you think I was trying to get with you? I'm just having a conversation. Like you can do that type of shit to like fuck with her and to get the situation going in a certain direction and then sort of control the direction of where you want it to go. So you could do that stuff, but again, that comes with you being a little bit more comfortable talking to women and being relaxed when you're in an interaction and being outcome independent. You're not dependent on the outcome. So the thing is that there's ways to do that, but also again, if you don't feel like bothering, don't bother. Because there's times where I'll roll up on a chick and if she's on some whatever, I just keep it pushing. Then there's times where I'm just in the mood to fuck around and I may end up fucking around, and then that sometimes turns the girl around and makes her want to fuck with me. You see what I'm saying? So it all depends on what you want to do. You see what I mean?
Right.
But also there's ways there's things you gotta know, or that there's things you need to learn when it comes to having conversations to where you're so light on your feet with it. This is the same way where I always use the example of a comedian, where a comedian could, tell a joke off the top of his head while a person in the crowd is heckling him, or let's say a rapper could freestyle really quick just off the top of their head. You need to be able to come back with shit when you're talking to women off the top of your head really quick to reframe the direction of the conversation. Because sometimes you may try to reframe it and she still may not be interested. But then there's times where you can reframe it and then she'll end up being interested. So it all depends on how you want to do it. You see what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, looking back, at the moment, in that moment in time, I was like, okay, forget it. I should just go and approach somebody else. But then looking back on it, I was like, okay, yeah, this chick was quite fit. I should have maybe persisted and see where it took me. But no, there was other chicks who I got numbers from on the streets, like that day, and then the week, a few days after, a few days before as well. But what tends to happen is, like, I'll get their numbers and then I'll text them back and forth a bit. Mm-hmm. Like maybe send one message or two messages and then invite them out for a drink. Mm-hmm. And then they'll either go cold or they'll say, okay, yeah, I have to just check my schedule, and then not reply afterwards. Like, before I came to Cyprus, the evening before, I was on the tube, the metro, underground or subway, whatever you want to call it, and there was this 18-year-old Aussie chick sitting next to me, and I just, because I saw her on the platform, I thought she looked really cute and stuff, but when she sat next to me, I just said, I really love your jacket, it's so fluorescent and yellow and stuff like that, like matching the handlebars in the carriage. And then so we spoke for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes until I got to my stop, and I got her details and number, and then I texted her the next day from Cyprus once I landed. So I was like, nice to meet you yesterday and stuff, but she didn't respond either. So I don't know, like, should I be hitting her up again and saying something else? Or?
Well, the thing is, when you text these girls, when you get these girls' numbers, right? Because you were saying that you would text the girl, you would tell her, let's get a drink, and then you said that she would go cold or she wouldn't respond or whatever, shit like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing is, when you get a girl's information, right? And let's say you're replying to her, you're not telling her that you like, if you tell her to hit you up, you got to tell her the day to hit you up, whatever. But let's say you're hitting her up. Every time you hit a chick up, in your message should be about you and her getting together for a drink or whatever. So the first message shouldn't just be, hey, it was nice meeting you, and that's it. And then you're waiting for her to respond. No, the first message is, hey, it was nice to meet you. What are you doing Friday? We should get together and get a drink, right? And then so what you want her to respond to is that. You see what I mean?
Right.
Because you're making it longer if you just say, hey, it was nice to meet you. And if she responds and says, hey, nice to meet you too. And then you're like, oh, so how's your day? And you're going back and forth doing a whole bunch of shit. No, it's, hey, what's up? It was real nice to meet you. When are you free? Let's get together and get a drink. So that she responds to that. Now, if she doesn't respond to that, you feel what I'm saying? That's already showing you something. That's telling you that, okay, well, she's not really trying to make nothing happen. You see what I mean? Now, if she does respond to it, she's responding to that, to the actual drink. So let's say she's like, oh, yeah, that sounds good. Then you say, okay, cool. Well, there's this spot at something Main Street. Let's meet there at 9 o'clock. So now you're just talking about setting it up. So all you really need to do is your part, and your part is to quickly try to set the date. So the setting the date should be on the first message. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So that's what you do.
There was this girl from California, whose number I got, and she was kind of texting back and forth with me because I invited her out for a drink. And she was like, yeah, sounds good, I need to check my schedule. And then I was like, yeah, cool, let's meet on Wednesday. And she was like, yeah, I don't know, maybe. Then I was like, hit me up about Friday, we can meet on Friday, just hit me up by Thursday evening. So she didn't do that. And then like on Sunday she was like, yeah, I might go out tonight, so I'll let you know. Sorry that my schedule's all over the place. And I was like, fuck it, I can't be asked to waste time or play no games or anything like that.
Right. Well, see, that's the thing, and this is why. See, chicks love to do that shit. This is why you have to create the structure of what's supposed to happen, and if she doesn't follow that structure, you keep the shit pushing. Because this is the thing, women see, and this shows her level of interest. Women who have a high level of interest in you, right, are always going to follow your structure. If they have a low interest in you, they're going to basically be all over the place because they're not following any structure. They're just doing whatever they feel they want to do, and they have you as a backup. They have you as somebody. Yeah, if nothing happens and whatever, I'll see what I can do. So the thing is, it was good that you said, hey, let's meet this day. Let's meet Friday, and text me Thursday to let me know you can meet Friday. You see what I'm saying, or whatever it was, because you're giving her some structure. You understand what I'm saying? So every time, but you always want to do that because you don't ever want to leave it to where girls like, well, let me check my schedule and I'll let you know. You understand? So if she says that, you be like, well, listen, hit me back by the end of tonight, or hit me back tomorrow before noon to let me know if you can make it on Friday, or you can make it on Thursday, whatever day you set. You understand? You want to always set something for them to be able to respond to. You don't want to leave it open for them to say, oh, well, let me check my schedule. And you're just like, okay, well, holler at me whenever. And then, she's just all over the place. You see what I mean? So you always want to set the schedule and make sure they're following it. If they're not following it, that's basically showing you they're not serious about making nothing happen. And then you don't necessarily need to take it serious with her. You see what I'm saying? And the thing is, you want to make sure that you're giving her a limited amount of time to get back to you. So let's say, for example, you're texting her on Tuesday and you said, hey, let's get together Friday at 7 to go to this spot, right? And then she says, oh, I don't know, let me check my schedule, right? So let's say it's Tuesday at noon that you're asking her this, right? You say, okay, cool, check your schedule and get back to me tonight by 8 o'clock. You understand what I'm saying? And so the reason why you're making the window short is because you don't want to make the window too long, because you're setting 7 o'clock at 7 for you and her to get together, right? So what happens is that between that time, there could be other girls calling, or another girl might call you tomorrow, and you don't want to be like, oh, well, I already told this girl 7. I don't want to have to, switch the shit up if she calls. No, you want to make sure all your ducks are in a row. So you tell her, okay, you can get back to me in 3 hours and let me know if you can make it. Check your schedule, let me know in 3 hours if you can make it. If she doesn't get back to you in 3 hours, the spot is vacant. Now you put another chick in there. What you don't want to do is you don't want to be these dudes who will coordinate 2 or 3 dates at the same time and then end up having to flake on some chick because you didn't know how to schedule. You understand what I'm saying? Because being on that flaky shit just in general is on some, feminine type of shit. That's what women do. Women will put dates on top of dates because they don't know how to manage. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what you gotta, understand what you're doing when it comes to that. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, but it feels like that.
Yeah, man. So and this is what I'm saying. I feel like for you, what will help you out is being a little bit more grounded in everything you're doing when it comes to the interactions with these women. So like when you're talking to these girls, having those conversations, she's like, oh, I'm not interested. Either, okay, cool, you keep it moving, or you can fuck around with her if you want. Or if you're setting up a date with a chick, make sure when you get her number, you text her like, hey, good meeting you. Let's get together Friday. So you're letting her know immediately that, hey, let's make something happen. if she's on some, oh, I gotta check my schedule. Okay, cool. Listen, this is the structure I'm gonna put for you. Hit me back in a few, at 6 o'clock to let me know if you can make it. If I don't hear back from you from 6, I'm gonna just keep it moving and talk to somebody else. You see what I mean?
Okay.
If you just keep your shit airtight like that, you're gonna have more chicks, responding a little bit more, being a little bit more compliant because you at first are showing that sort of consistency and structure. Now she's not responding. All that's showing you is that it's literally showing you that she didn't have that much of a high interest in you. Because when a woman has high interest, she, or just some sort of interest, she actually wants to make the shit work. So she will comply with your structure. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And so that's what it is. But
yeah, okay, man.
appreciate the call, bro.
Cool,
Let me get a few more of these. All right? I'm out, you, man.
Take care. See ya.
All right, peace.
Bye.
Yeah, man, you got to give these chicks fucking boundaries, instructions, and structure, man. And the thing is, some of them won't really even fuck with it, and that's good. That's a good thing because, they know they always got to make shit pop. Yo, what's going on? Who's this?
Hey, Locario, what's going on? Tim G out in Philly. How you doing?
What's poppin', bro? What's going on with you, man?
Oh, man, nothing. I'm enjoying this rainy day.
I feel you. What's the deal?
Yeah, I don't know how you want to categorize this. First of all, I just want to say it's just a story for the guys in the chat room to keep a lookout.
Mm.
But basically, what I did was I ignored every rule that I knew about.
Mm.
And, and pretty much I broke them all and nearly got myself in trouble.
Mm.
And then, so, you can look, it might be glass half full or glass half empty.
Right.
So, a couple months ago, about a month and a half ago, I went to this party, had a one-night stand.
Mm.
With this blonde chick out there.
Right.
So to find out, I found out, she was married.
Mm.
We were in her house, a couple of friends there, husband, he wasn't there. He made like 6 figures, blah, blah, blah. I'm just, this is all relevant information for a reason.
Mm.
So then a couple of weeks ago, I get a text message out of nowhere.
Mm.
She's like, yeah, blah, 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 I might be pregnant. I'm like, okay. I wasn't panicking or anything because this is just based off some of the conversations that she and I had,
Mm.
and also some of the conversations I had with a friend.
Right.
So I basically learned kind of after the fact the type of character that I was dealing with.
Mm.
So when she texted me, I really wasn't. I was surprised to see that, but I really wasn't surprised.
Mm-hmm.
So so I'm like, okay, cool. So, I'm like, well, let's do A, B, C, D, F, G. Let's get a pregnancy test first, and then, if that's positive, we'll go, from plan A, we'll go to the next step.
Right.
Like I said, she's married. So at the time I was thinking, I'm like, you know what? Well, if she slept with me and she's married, then the possibility is wide open that she's been doing this to other people. So,
right.
Like I said, I wasn't freaking out.
Mm.
It was when she started saying, we kept going back and forth on the issue. I kept my gun. She did what, she was like, oh, well, you're not worried, you're not doing this. I told her, no, I'm not worried. We'll just go ahead and take the test. So we kept playing the game 3 or 4 times.
Mm.
So what I ended up doing, I just told her, I'm like, look, what I'll do is I'll just buy the test for you. Because she was like, oh, I can't do it. I'm too scared to do it. I said, okay, fine. I'll buy the test and just take it to you.
Right.
Now I was juggling with that part, but I wanted to see what she was doing.
Mm.
I'm not, actions speak louder than words type deal. So I ended up taking her to my house. She wanted what? She was like, oh, I'm gonna take it tomorrow. This and that. She wanted me to come inside so we can sleep together. I told her no. You done did all this. I'm like, no, I'm not doing it.
Right.
So I left out one of her friends. We had a mutual friend that I worked with, and she hit me up. She and she's like, yeah, the girl's name. And she was like, yeah, Mandy. She called. She said this A B C D E F G. After this point, I had already blocked the number.
Mm.
And I blocked it because the chick she texted me the next day talking about, yeah, my husband call or text you. Of course you don't know me. I was like, you know what, this is just too much. So I just blocked them.
Right.
So she couldn't get a hold of me. So she had a mutual coworker. She called and texted me. She asked me about what was going on. So I was like, yeah, I kind of expected you to call because this chick and I, we don't talk like that. So I already knew just through the affiliation. I figured she called just for that reason. So we talked, and like I said, based off of the prior demographics, we were like, okay, you know what, she's full of shit.
Mm. And then so what happened? What happened? What's the conclusion though? Like, did she take it? Is she, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on now?
No, chick never took it, dude. No, it blew over. It became such a clusterfuck that ended up imploding.
Mm.
And she ended up, this girl, she ended up apologizing because by this time, like I said, I blocked the number. By our coworker, our mutual friend, she blocked the number, and also we had a cop friend. He was like, yo, she full of shit. So all these people got involved. And was like, yo, she finally imploded and said, you know what, I'm sorry, I didn't mean for this to get this way. Because basically she was just attention seeking.
Right.
She was attention seeking. I don't know what was going on with her and the husband, and she was just a bit touched. You know what I'm saying?
So basically, you saying that she did all of this just to get your attention?
Yo, I don't know who attention she was gonna get. Yo, I don't know why she did. She lied. It was just a big old mess for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying is, because I can't tell you where she was coming from. I can tell you where I went wrong at.
Mm.
First off, just me personally, if you're gonna go out there and have a one night stand with somebody, great. Do it the right way.
Mm.
Just do it the right way.
So you saying you didn't use a condom or nothing?
No, I did it first. I didn't do it the second time.
Okay.
But I did it first. I remember old podcasts. My dad already got on me. I already know that, STDs running rampant, yada, yada, yada. So
right.
I already knew all this. I went in there with foreknowledge that, what I did was wrong.
Mm.
That was that. Second was, I just didn't listen to the red flags that was there.
Mm.
It's basically what I'm saying. I don't
right.
think you really need to know, quote unquote, what the game is. I think there is a level of common sense, or I don't know. There's like you're driving down the street, you're trying to figure out which turn you should take, left or right. Actively thinking to yourself, and something tells you to make a left turn.
Right.
I ignored that voice.
Right. So you're basically saying you was ignoring the signs that this chick is on some bullshit from the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, initially, and I'm just calling, just go ahead and throw that out there for the fellas out there because like I said, I went in there full well knowing what I was doing, or I willingly ignored whatever red flags were popping up.
Right. And so wait, hold on. So you said you had sex with her twice?
What, that night? Yeah.
Oh, twice that night, and then you said the second time y'all fucked was without a condom.
Yeah.
Okay. And did you nut in her, or did you pull out?
No, yo, man, yeah, no, fuck my name, no, I was pulling out.
So
I was pulling out crazy.
Okay, so because that's the thing too, like, because dudes slip up a lot when it comes to fucking, like, because I always tell guys, man, if you never had sex without a condom, like if you always use condoms, and let's say you've never had sex without a condom, I always suggest to keep having sex with condoms on, because as soon as you ever have sex without a condom and you know how it feels, it's a wrap for you. You feel what I'm saying? Because
but yo man, well look, let me stop you right there. Let me stop right. I mean, yo, you might be talking. I probably shouldn't have cut you off for everybody out there in the audience. That's why I'm relating this story. Me personally, where I'm coming from, because I've been doing this for the longest time, and the only time, and the only kid I have is from my ex, and we used to live together. We lived together for like 3 or 4 years.
Right. So you said you've been smashing without a condom for a long time with other broads.
Yeah.
Man, you a lucky dude. How you escape all that? Your pull-out game probably crazy then. Shit.
Yo, it's not only that. Remember that podcast you did when you were like, talking about your sex game got to be on point.
Right.
It was like, yeah, well, it basically boiled down to this. You know, it's just like this major side point. I learned about Kegels a long time ago. You know, that really does help. You you go from like, hard as rocks, and then, you got to like a steel pole out there.
Right.
This stuff called neem. I learned from this from going to the Caribbean. We took a trip to the Caribbean, and it tastes like a freaking chewed up acid. But anyway, it's an herb that's supposed to lower your sperm count. I don't know that for a fact.
Oh, word, shit! I need to get that herb. You gotta put me on to that shit. Send me the link, cause I need that.
Yo, man, I put it out there, and I write it down in the chat room. It's just key. You can read on. Like I said, I went and go ski crazy. I don't know for a fact, but it's supposed to lower your sperm count. I don't know. I never got tested to see.
I need that shit. Remember. I don't know if some of y'all are old enough to remember this, but there used to be a like a juice called Tropical Fantasy. And they used to say that
Jamaican stuff.
Yeah, remember they said that shit lower your sperm count or some shit?
I never took it. It did that Jamaican stuff I might have heard of.
I remember that shit. They was like, I don't know if it was probably a rumor, but I was like, word. But yeah, I need some shit to lower my sperm count. Real talk.
But keep this though. This is why I wouldn't advocate doing it no more. Because just like you said, once you go from condoms to none, it's hard. It was ironic that there's a study out there. I think the CDC released it, and the chlamydia and the gonorrhea. We already known about. They got gonorrhea. You can't wash off no more. But syphilis. They got a second and third grade syphilis out there.
Right.
And the way to get out of second and third grade is basically a lot of people running around with syphilis. They don't even know it, and they don't get treated for it. And after a couple months or whatever, it evolves in your system and gets worse.
Oh, damn.
So those are on the rise. They went up like 25, 35, 45%. And it's kind of ironic. I'm sitting there, saying all this, knowing I was doing what I was doing. But I'm just throwing it out there because this is where it leaves you if you ignore key points of the game.
Right. Real shit, man.
Because you land yourself in trouble with pregnancy accusations, or thankfully I have no STD or nothing.
Right.
I always get checked, but I don't feel like I don't want to pick up HIV. That's the death knell.
Exactly. So dude,
checked, blah blah blah.
You gotta be careful, bruh. Just be careful out there, man. And I know you're a pull-out king and all that, but you gotta be careful, man. You feel?
I'm done. I'm done.
You gave up.
Done.
It's over.
Because these chicks crazy, man. Like Cop, he's 50 years old. He been, he messing around with 30, 31, 31, 32-year-old, and he does well. I know him. I know him personally. Right. He does well. He was like, yo, a lot of these chicks out here kind of, a little loose in the head.
Right.
So I'm done with all that. I'm just dropping that out there.
Yeah, man.
Like,
But yeah, be careful, bro.
Whatever Locario is telling you.
Be careful, bro. You feel me? I'm gonna holler at you later, though. All right.
All right, man. Take care.
All right, peace. Man, that shit right there hit my soul, man. Cause I'm, dude. I be so scared. I was like, I'm like thinking, can I get a vasectomy or something? Like, I'm scared to get a vasectomy. I just don't want no sperm. You feel me? I don't want no problems. Yo, what's going on? Who's this?
Oh, Mr. Locario, what's good?
What's poppin'?
Miguel, Texas.
What's going on, bro?
Good to hear from you. Yo, you ain't have a live stream on in a minute, so it's
nah, I had one on was it last Friday, but I was in Jamaica and shit, so it was kind of, I'm gonna start doing more during the week too. You feel me?
Word. But yeah, no, I definitely get the title of this topic. So I guess speaking to the subject, not too long ago, I was out with a homie, and not really one of like my main dudes that I be going out with, but just kind of like a distant friend that like I recently became reacquainted with. Anyways, so we're out, and there's a group of chicks, right? One was a chick that had already smashed before. It was her birthday.
Right.
And the other chick was another chick that my roommate, who I usually go out with, he already smashed that girl. But there was like maybe 3 or 4 other chicks. Anyways, and the other chicks
was this one chick that the dude that I was with, he thought she was bad. So I'm sitting here like, yo, go up to her. He's like, nah, man. I'm like, why not? So then I went up to the chick, like one of the chicks that I had already knew, right? Had already known her. And I was like, hey, yo, like, what's the deal with shorty with the long black curly hair? You know what I'm saying? Like my homeboy, you know, he thinks she nice,
right?
And she was like, yeah, you should definitely go up there and approach her. And I'm sitting here like, yo, I know so and so. She's saying you should pull up, and this dude didn't want to like, you know what I'm saying, approach. And this is what he told me, and this is how I know you don't get bitches, because this dude said, nah, bro, these girls gonna come up to me.
Oh my God!
Like, I was like, yo, I looked at him, Mr. Locario. I left that nigga. I had to get away from him because of how I knew like he didn't get bitches. Because like even when I'm out and the chicks and like, you know what I'm saying, it'll be like me and my roommate, right?
Right.
You know, it's usually just us two, right? Even when like chicks are choosing, at best, you know what I'm saying, they'll put themselves kind of like in your radius.
Right.
And,
right.
It's up to you to like bring your ass over there and like say anything. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Though that's what dudes be losing in the game, because they keep thinking women are just like us. Women are doing what they're supposed to do, which is they give you signs. They give you signals. Now, there are women who are rare, who may come up to you, who may approach you, but generally speaking, they're not going to do it. They're waiting for you to do it. This is why, look, a lot of these chicks sometimes won't even check you out, because, like, let's say if you're in a room or you're somewhere and a chick thinks you're attractive, she thinks you're cute or whatever, she may quickly glance at you. You understand? But you may never really see her, like, checking you out, because if she keeps looking at you and you don't do shit, that's gonna make her feel like you're rejecting her. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So in order to not feel rejected, she's gonna not check you out as much. But if you see a girl checking you out, that means, you know, go over and say what's up. You feel what I'm saying? That's all that is.
Word.
You see what I mean? But a lot of dudes, like, because they're scared of rejection, or they're scared to talk to girls, or they don't really know what to say to women. Like your boy, when he's like, "Oh, she need to come up to me," they're using that as an excuse as to not take action, because they may not know like what to say when they get to the girl. You feel what I'm saying? So
right.
that's why they've fallen back. You feel what I mean?
So,
it's crazy.
Oh, go for it.
Yeah, go ahead. You say?
No. So like that night while I was out with that dude, you know what I'm saying? Because this is the way I see the game. And typically, when like girls are trying to get dick and they're going out, I've noticed that they're not gonna go out in a crowd of like, in a group of like 6 or 7, right? It's usually gonna be like 2 or 3 chicks together, right? At best.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like chicks, they want to protect their reputation. So if they're out here throwing it out there, you know what I'm saying? Like casually, they don't want that information to get out there. Like that's just kind of what I peeped out, right? And but with that said, you know what I'm saying? Like that night, I was still with that dude, and I was playing some like kind of like all these little like cues he could like use to, you know what I'm saying, to maneuver. And he wasn't like he wasn't trying to like improve or anything. He wasn't trying to make a move. And there was another group of chicks, you know what I'm saying, and there was like 4 of them, right? There was like 3 or 4 of them, and they were with one dude. And so I'm sitting here like, look, like these girls are all in like tight, skimpy dresses, you know what I'm saying? Like they're looking for attention, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's go up. There's only one dude.
Right.
Nah. You know what? I totally ditched them. I walked up to the dude who's with the chicks, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just started talking to him, you know what I'm saying? Just to like, just to like get to know him, and then kind of like get the details on like what's going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Eventually, like, I was able to talk to the girl that I wanted to talk to. But you know what I'm saying? Like that interaction with that one friend that I had just proved to me that like, yo, I can't be out here like a dude like this who don't know the deal. You know what I'm saying?
Right, because see, a lot of times that's gonna slow you up. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
If they too scared or they don't know what they're doing, that's why I tell guys, look, if you know certain things about the game and your friends don't, you got to put them up on shit, because if they're not up on it, they may end up doing shit to fuck up your situation because they don't know what's going on. They don't know what to do. You feel what I'm saying? And so
Right.
if you got your boys with you or whatever, it's like they don't gotta all be on the same level of game as you, but they gotta understand certain things. You see what I mean? And so those certain things is gonna make it easier for you to pull if they know what it is. So this is why a lot of times if a guy is out with his other friend, like if a guy knows game and his other friends, like let's say he's with two other friends and all three of them are like on point, it's going to be easier for any one of those guys to get shit popping because each person knows what's going on. They know what to do. They know how to, maneuver, and they know that if they see a group of 3 or 4 girls, okay, you going to get that one, I'm going to get that one, I'm going to occupy this one while you trying to make something happen with that. I'm going to pull this girl over here. You already know all that shit. So then it's easier for you to pull. Just like you said, you went up to that group, you talked to the guy, and then you sort of like got in with the whole situation. That's how you deal with the groups and shit. But it's like if your mans and them don't know, you know what I mean? It's just like, it's gonna suck. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly. Locario.
So that's what it is, man.
Exactly.
But yo, listen, I appreciate the call, my dude. I gotta head up out of here. But yeah, man. Thanks for calling in, bro. I'm gonna holler at you, man. All right.
No problem, Locario.
All right, peace. All right, people. I gotta head up out of here. I had to do a little shorter show today. I think I started a little late. Pretty soon I might have the live stream back on the main channel in the next maybe week or 2 weeks probably. So it's gonna be on the main channel soon, but make sure you always come to this channel to see the live stream until I get it back on the the main joint. But yeah, man, I want to shout out to everybody who called in. Let me shout out to all the people in the chat room. Thanks you guys for chilling with your boy. Shout out to Ross Goldberg. Shout out to Ronnie Ron. What up, Ronnie Ron? What's going on? J Jaw 4040. Shout out to you, Shatty Ratty 922. Who else is up in here? Moving in Silence. Shout out to you, bro. Chizzy City. Tim G. Shout out to you. Who else? ESA. Shout out to you. Who else is up in here today? JXN 141. Nez. Shout out to you. Shout out to Chill E. Shout out to you. Mike 23. Shout out to you. Aaron Hudson. Zeus Flippy. Shout out to you guys. Who else is there? I think I saw EO up in here. Shout out to my dude EO. Make sure you guys subscribe to his channel. Shout out to VP Films for Life One Deep. Sean Steed. Yeah, man. Got you. Shout out to you. So listen, I'm gonna start doing a little bit more live streams during the week. But also it's always gonna be on Fridays. 3:30, 5:30, 3:30 to 5:30. I will holler at you guys maybe Monday, but definitely always Friday. All right. So you guys have a good weekend, and I'll holler at you guys later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone.